Welcome guys, Big Jet TV. We got to come this side. Sorry guys, just been given a little bit of a rollicking. Okay, do you want to grab this one, Johnny, and then we'll just chat to the audience, talk to the animals.
Talk to the animals.
Here we go. See if we can get a little wave. Not a sausage. Okay, we are live. Hey guys, so welcome Big Jet TV. Just let us know, can you hear the mic? Is the mic picking up okay, guys? We are seriously airside live here at Stansted. Got another aircraft taxiing up to taxiway, Johnny. So welcome everybody, Lee Russell, all these guys. There's Gold Channel guys if you're watching on Freeview. We have, Johnny, flight level 410 in the house today as well on our Freeview page. Don't forget guys, this is a big show coming up with the CargoLogic 747-4 freighter coming in here from Frankfurt on its way out to Atlanta. Let's just pick this one up, JB, see what we can get. See if we can get a wave, JB. There it is. Did you get it? Good lad.
Full on got it.
Yeah, we love that, man. We love that. Let's have a little look. Yeah. Yeah, we got the wave, JB. Yeah, Mike is perfect. Sam George, thanks very much for that. So Mike van der Arend is in the house.
Signal is not A1. So
yeah, guys, we're getting a little bit of glitching. Don't be alarmed by that. It's not your device. So just be aware of that. That we're trying, obviously, all we can. Just having a couple of little tiny issues, little tiny glitches that we're getting. But
and the reason for that, Jerry, is things like that tower right there. These things interfere with the signal.
Yes. So there's the Cargolux 747 that we just got coming in, JB. Great shot of that earlier on, and everybody loving that. And of course, we got that MD-11, FedEx MD-11, which we drove like madmen for. A bit like the wacky races, wasn't it, JB?
It was.
And then we got that that other MD-11 going out, which is a great thing. It has to be said. So listen, guys, everybody watching now, let's just get that one landing, shall we, JB? No cracks, no wisecracks about Ryanair, guys. Let's just make this a nice clean show. This is all for you free viewers, guys. It's all about, oh, that was a bit heavy, wasn't it, JB? It
was.
It's all about gold tonight, guys. So this is a special show for all our gold members. CargoLogic. It's a bit difficult sometimes when you've got that one sitting over there. And actually tonight we've just found out, Johnny, that we will be doing something special with the guys at Cargolux as well. And DHL as well. So look out for those shows coming up, guys. Trey Crumbist is in the house, Johnny. Doing some stuff with Trey in future.
Here comes one for Trey.
Yeah, this is one of yours, Trey. Those freight pallets, Johnny. Interesting. Possibly, or maybe that FedEx UPS by the looks of it. The UPS parked up right down the other end of the line, I think.
Yeah, there she is right there.
So yeah, we're very, very fortunate to be doing this special piece with the guys at CargoLogic, and talking with them earlier on, Johnny. Let's just have a few little. Let me just grab this. Okay, so tonight, obviously, we are going to be filming specially this 747-400 freighter with CargoLogic, registration Golf Charlie Lima Alpha Alpha. They have 3 in their fleet, 2 747-400s and a 747-8. I can give you you guys the actual operating registrations on those. 2 747-400s, Alpha Alpha and Bravo Alpha, and the 747-8F, which operates out of London Heathrow on the big routes there, is Alpha Bravo. Swing it right, Johnny. Another wave, shall we try?
Let's try it.
Oh, we've got double bubble.
Double bubble.
Hey! There we go.
And a arriving Ryanair.
Heavy duty Ryanair activity here at London Stansted, guys. Yeah, of course, call sign Firebird. Very interesting. Obviously, a lot of you guys are probably heading out on Wikipedia right now, as well as your Google fanatics, finding out all your information on CargoLogic. I found this one last night, Johnny. Firebird. What a fantastic call sign. Here's another one. Should we get another one? Should we go again?
Let's
No, not interested. They weren't looking. Look straight ahead. A lot of activity, Johnny. All this evening activity going on. And Matthew very kindly pointed out to us, Johnny, I don't know if you can get that 747 right over there. A horse carrying specialist. Matt, can you just give us this is Matt from CargoLogic, guys. Say hello to Matt. Matt,
everybody.
Just give us a little information that you had on that 747 over there.
The 747-400 freighter over on the north side. It's the Dubai Air Wing, so it's the Dubai Royal Flights 400 freighter that's used specifically for moving the horses and the personal cars of the Dubai Royal family. Comes in on a regular basis because of the horse trading up the road, up the M11 in Cambridge and Newmarket.
How the other half live, eh? And apparently they carry 2 very special personnel on board, is that right?
Rumour has it that they've got 2 people on there that are specifically on board just to polish the chrome on the engine cowlings and the leading edges. Wow. So cloths and auto glim for a living.
There you go, there you go. What a way to live, eh?
Brilliant.
Fantastic. Thanks for that, Matt. Just a little bit more information on these guys at CargoLogic. This is obviously their main hub here at London Stansted, STNEGSS as it's otherwise known. Although obviously CargoLogic have offices down at London Heathrow as well for their operation down there, where they operate that 747-8, which we will be doing some stuff on at some point in time. We are finding it a little bit difficult with the handling company down there, but hopefully we might be able to do something. If not, we'll certainly do some post-production stuff down there, but we'll certainly be coming back to do a lot more with the guys here at Stansted. Again, fleet size 3 aircraft on the CargoLogic side, and of course CargoLogic are linked in with the guys at Volga Dnieper as well, the AN124, which we're going to be doing quite a lot of stuff on as well. We're going to be doing a live show at Leipzig for that one, both in the maintenance hangar and also out on the apron, so look out for that, guys. Sorry if I'm not reading out your comments at the moment, but I'm trying to sort of multitask on here with my notes. This particular aircraft, CLAA, she was originally with Japan Airlines. First flew on the 8th of October 2004. So she's not that old, she's only 13 years old, she's a youngster. She was originally designated JA402 Juliet. Obviously a freighter all her life, configured that way.
No way. Gonna go for a zoom down.
Yeah. One for you, Trey. Great shots, Johnny. Fantastically lovely, clean shots, I have to say.
Yeah, it's a beautiful atmosphere now, Jerry. You know that's coming in?
Let me give you something. I'll probably be able to guess it, I'd imagine. Got a lot of activity inbound. Now you know what this is. No, this is Ryanair coming in. But after that, Johnny, we have what looks like a 737 from Tel Aviv. Smart wings.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a little bit of a rarity there.
And I wonder if the food is behaving itself. Obviously, there is reduced signal at the airport, so there may be a bit of buffering.
Yeah, let's just have a little look and see if we can pick something up here. How's the signal coming through, guys? Janito, no 330s here right now.
There is a private one parked up there.
Oh, Samantha of Sommer saying, I know most of the lab companies we use ship through CargoLogic planes. Wow. So thanks for getting our research equipment to us. That's a nice one.
You hear that, Matt?
Got someone here, Matt. One of our followers, Samantha Lasoma, says that most of the lab companies we use ship through CargoLogic's planes.
Yeah, we CargoLogic here carry a lot of pharmaceuticals for various companies out of the area. There's a lot of pharmaceutical research in this area, and at Frankfurt, Germany, a lot of materials we carry on our aeroplane for pharma.
Fantastic. And on this one coming in tonight, what are we looking at in terms of its cargo?
Well, today's flight, because it's scheduled service, consolidated carriers, so there's console loads, lots of different shippers, freight forwarders are all going to have stuff on the aeroplane. So we may have pharma on board. There's going to be textiles probably from the Far East because the network connections with our other aeroplanes. So there'll be stuff coming in on from Moscow, from the Far East flights into Moscow through Europe. I believe we're going to be carrying relief goods for South America. Obviously going into Mexico is a convenient place to bring goods into and then truck them down from there. All kinds of things we could have on there. Aircraft engines might be on there. There's car parts, manufacturing goods, all kinds of stuff for the South American market.
Okay, and this is obviously regular flights. How many flights are you doing out of here a week?
We're currently on 2 flights a week, bringing freight in from Middle East up through Frankfurt into Stansted to connect freight in with other parts of the network, and then taking them on through Atlanta onto South America, Mexico City, and then we come back through Houston to complete the rotation back down to the Middle East with the oil equipment and materials for the oil drilling for the oil industry.
Wow! So you say oil industry, that's some pretty heavy equipment you got going on board there.
Yep, yeah. Houston's main focus, obviously, for the States with their the oil industry out there, and there's a close link between the materials manufacturers in America, in Texas, and with the oil companies down in the Middle East. So yeah, big, outsized, heavy, long pieces. We have extended ground times in Houston a lot of the time because it's all pretty ugly stuff that comes out of there. It's not the regular size boxes that you're going to see out of Stansted on the loads.
Yeah,
today.
so sometimes you might have a whole aircraft dedicated to one specific client for heavy movement. Yeah,
so depending on the load, the customer's requirements, sometimes we can have very heavy, dense loads. So we will get to weight limitations before we'll get to volume limitations. So yes, some customers will come in with a heavy piece. Current inquiry for a 27-ton single piece. It's only small to go onto the aeroplane, but it reduces the capacity. If we were taking a volume load out of the Far East, then the same weight could take up 6 times as much space on the aeroplane.
Wow.
So all depends on what the customer wants to move. The 747 has the capability to do it.
Yeah, and of course you've got your 747-8 down at Heathrow that carries a lot of heavy freight out to those routes as well.
Yes, that one works on our network routes through from the Far East and Moscow in through London. A lot of high-valued consumer goods, retail materials coming into London for the shops. 2 flights a week there. Midweek flights are usually very heavy with the consumer goods because the customers want to get the stuff in for the weekend, ready for everybody to go and buy them on the Saturday on Saturday shopping.
Fantastic, great words there, Johnny.
Fantastic.
Thanks, Matt. We'll be back with you later. Let's grab this one, Johnny. Thanks, mate. I'll just jump back to you, Matt. The one of our guys on board here is asking, what is the largest item you have carried? I guess it's always the same sort. There's a lot of big items all the time, isn't there?
The capability of the 7.4 is such that it can all kinds of different types of load. So you can say largest single item. I worked on with a colleague of mine was a 32-ton print roller, so 40 feet long, 30 tons. We had to build it up at the side of the aeroplane, strap it all to the loading equipment, then we got a crane to lift the whole thing up onto our high loader and then bring it into the aircraft. But then you took outsize pieces, so we carry blowout preventers for oil rigs that they put down on the concrete pad at the bottom of the ocean. So those blowout preventers, very heavy, very dense, but they're really tall, so they just squeeze in by the door. But then large items, you can carry a white rhino is a large item when you get on there and you think, well, you've got to take all his food with him, and it takes a big box to put a rhino in to stop him running away on the aeroplane. But yeah, all very interesting. Helicopters go in the side cargo door, other long pieces to go in the nose door. Another 100-foot long wind turbine blade. Wow. It doesn't look very big. It only weighs 5 tons, but it's the entire length of the aeroplane.
Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. So you're talking about the entire assembly of a wind turbine, or just one of the blades? No, one blade. So when you see the wind turbines out off of the coast in the UK or wherever around the world, up on the side of the hill, one of those blades, 75 to 100 feet long, we can load those, open the nose of the aircraft. So with the 747, if it's low enough to fit in the door, below 96 inches, then your only limitation is the length of the cabin. So as long as it doesn't touch the back of the aeroplane and it doesn't touch the nose when you close it, you can carry it. That's crazy. That's crazy. Thanks a lot, mate. Great information there, and our public are loving that. Oh, nice little turboprop, Johnny.
Yeah, just touched down, I think.
Got a little bit more activity going on up here now, guys. Just to let you know that we are going to be tracking the aircraft. Let's just have a little look on flight. I don't know if anybody's cracked open their radar apps, but we are tracking Charlie Lima Alpha Alpha, I believe it is. Let's just have a look here.
No problem. Of course, the show, this is this airside special right now, guys. It was unplanned, therefore the actual 747 show has not started yet. Gold members only for that show. Yeah, so I mean, far be it from us to want to keep pumping this whole gold thing, but unfortunately that we've got to pay the bills, guys. So listen, if you want to watch the entire show once this aircraft comes in, you need to hit the link on the page, JB, is that right? And we can get you in right away. Gilly Presswood, Sarah Leonard are our moderators on the Freeview page right now, as is Damien Kershaw. We get a lot of people coming over from YouTube, Johnny. So here we go, let's get another one. This is quite rare, Johnny. Multiple 737s. So we're trying to pick up Charlie Lima Alpha Alpha. Not showing yet on radar. I don't know if she's going to show on radar. But I think Matt might have an update for us. Is that right, Matt? Have you possibly got an update in terms of her position?
We heard it was a slight delay out of Frankfurt, but it departed. It was off stand. It pushed off 10-15 minutes ago.
And the flight is around about 60 minutes, is that right?
60-65 minutes to go from Frankfurt, depending on how much taxi time they need in Frankfurt. Frankfurt's a big airport, so
yes, of course, yeah. So that takes a lot into consideration, a bit like Schiphol with a huge taxiway.
Massively, yeah. Schiphol, Frankfurt, Paris is always a good one as well for a long taxi time. JFK, we don't go there very often, but that tends to be a long taxi time. So, I mean, we normally allow for 800 kilos of taxi fuel on most of our flights as an average. Some locations for those for Frankfurt will maybe go up to about 1,000 just to taxi out to the airplane. JFK will do about 1,200, so over nearly a tonne and a half of fuel just to taxi out to the end of the runway.
That is incredible, Johnny. What fantastic information there from Matt. Thanks, mate. Got a nice turboprop there, JB.
Do you know what aircraft that is?
Let's see if we can get our comments. Our Gold Channel guys are going to give us information on exactly what that is. Okay, Ryan Kirkpatrick is telling us your 747 in Frankfurt is taxiing to the runway now. Thank you very much indeed, Ryan.
The airline appreciates the information.
Yeah, there's your updates right there from our viewers. And these are all live gold members that we're reading out comments for at the moment, guys. So if you're watching on Freeview, welcome everybody, and welcome to our new partner channel, Flight Level 410. If you're watching on 410, welcome everybody. You're very welcome. Of course, we've got Ray, all the other guys on airlive.net, and is Andrea Primoceri in the house.
Yes, she is.
And which one are we running for her tonight then, JB?
Aviation Photo Elite.
Aviation Photo Elite. Oh, here we go. Here's a good one from Anthony Baldwin. Matt, most valuable item. I guess a big item is a valuable item, isn't it?
Well, it can be. My wife would probably think that her next gift from duty free is probably got to be the most expensive.
But you wouldn't need a 747 to carry that, would you? You know.
Most expensive item. Well, if you consider a consolidated load, single items, high value paintings, artworks can be carried. So if somebody's going to ship a Picasso, that's going to be on the aeroplane. We'll usually take security with that for high value. Again, single loads for charters, you could pick up banknotes or something, the local government, bullion charters or something like that. You can. Some flights will carry some very expensive loads, single cargo loads.
And you take security with you?
Yes, well, depending on the requirement of the customer, we can take their cargo, and if they have a requirement to have that cargo attended, then we'll do that. If we take horses on the aeroplane, then they go with their grooms already, so we'll take the attendants to go with those. The more expensive the horse, the more well looked after it is. But we carry military couriers. Somebody, if we're taking the military goods out with diplomatic pouches, those kinds of things will be carried with somebody. Dog handlers, search dogs for the rescue efforts in South America. They'll have their handlers to travel with them as well. If somebody needs to go with their equipment to accompany it for security purposes, then we can do that.
But then I guess everything is valuable to you for your client. Everything's just as valuable as everything.
That certainly is. If the customer holds their goods under a value, then we hold it under a value as well. Yeah, absolutely. Fantastic. There you go, guys. How about that? Darren Rolls asking if this is nose load. Is this the nose load aircraft today? No, we're not using the nose load today. Hello, Darren. I know you and Nudge are watching at the moment. These are some friends of mine. We're not using the nose load today. However, what we're gonna see if we can get the nose open today, so people can see the nose operating. That would be pretty interesting. So no nose load today, unfortunately. So
nothing coming in or out of it, but we're going to try and get the nose open just to see the operation of it. Fantastic. Wow, that's brilliant. Well, thanks again, Matt. He's here on hand to answer your questions, guys. Okay. Got a little bit of rain here, Johnny.
Got a single light just south of the west of the airfield side. Don't know if that's a holding helicopter or a... always interesting, though. They're actually going out of LHR.
MZ Martin mentioning about the 747 SP that was here before some time ago. I seem to remember that.
SPs are in here regularly. There's one with the United Arab Emirates Royal Flight. They've got an SP that comes in here on a regular basis.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think they've got an SP and a regular 400 passenger aircraft, and they both come into
their own personal ones.
Their personal ones.
The
same team that run the Dubai Air Wing.
Okay, fantastic. Well, there you go, MZ. You're absolutely right. Yeah, Matt should get a sticker, most definitely, to put on his car.
We have one with us.
We do. Do we?
Yeah, we do.
Good.
PMI you don't usually see.
James Schreier's, what time is she due in? I reckon she's probably due in around about 45 minutes, 50 minutes, something like that. Richard Allen telling us it is in the air. All these guys watching on Flight Radar 24 and on basically on their radar apps. Radar Box is another one that people watch on as well. Okay, Pete Young asking how quick can you turn around a full aircraft? So that's on and off, I guess, in terms of like freight off, aircraft comes in, freight off, fully unloaded, and then unloaded and back out again. I mean, what sort of turnaround time are we talking there?
We tend to aim for a 3-hour turnaround at the most on a standard turnaround. We reduce down to 2.5 hours at most locations. We go into a lot of our main hubs, so we've Stansted, Frankfurt and Hong Kong, 2.5 hours for a full onload and full offload, full onload is capable. Other places we'll go into, you can turn around in an hour. If you're only doing a transit load, you may be taking 3 off, putting 4 on. And then other locations, depending where you go to and how well set up they are. If you have 2 high loaders and you operate a nose offload and a side door offload at the same time, coordinate the 2. You have to be very careful with that, because you don't want to take pallets out of the front and not take enough out of the back. But if you get to a location, Luxembourg is a good place for that. Our handling partners there, Luxair, are very good with the 2 nose offloads, and you could probably turn the aircraft around in about 1 hour and 15 minutes with 2 teams both ways. It's very efficient places.
And what sort of turnaround time we think about tonight?
Well, we're planned 2 hours initially when we came into Stansted. We'll probably be done within an hour here, but flight out to Atlanta, it's going to take a lot of fuel load, so we'll probably find ourselves waiting on fuel, because you can only pump fuel through 1 hose or 2 hoses at a specific speed.
And will that be done during the load, or is that done?
Yes. So when the aircraft arrives, we tend to advise the fueling company of a preload fuel. The crew will already have the flight plans. Our ops team will have set up the flight plan. They'll have a rough idea of what fuel is required, so we'll preload to that, and then when the crew come in and they check the specifics, they get the final say on the fuel, whether they want any extra for weather, for holding, and they will advise that when they get to the aeroplane. So when the crew normally turn up an hour before departure, we hope to have the majority of fuel on, but for the purposes of this one out to Atlanta, we're talking 80-90 tons of fuel already.
Wow.
So that will take a little while to put that on. The loading can carry on with that. We have the safety procedures in place, or safety requirements of the airfield, that we can put the fuel truck underneath the wing and fuel, as long as we leave the access route for the fuel truck at the wing clear, so that if there's any problems, they can drive the fuel truck straight away from the wing.
Yes.
So as long as we make sure that they're clear, then we're okay to fuel at the same time. If there's anybody on the aeroplane, if we have the pilots on the aeroplane, any attendants or anybody, and the loading teams that are on there, same as with a passenger aeroplane, everybody will be advised, don't put a seatbelt on or anything when you're on the aeroplane, because if we need to get you off in an emergency, we don't want you fumbling around with seatbelts. So exactly the same with a passenger aeroplane.
Yes, of course. So she's already got around about 90 tons on board when she comes in from Frankfurt tonight.
Payload.
The fuel.
The fuel. No. When they come from Frankfurt, they'll only have the fuel on that they require for that sector.
Okay.
So they'll have had. So they'll probably put on around about 20 tons of fuel to get us to here. They'll normally land with between 10 and 12 tons of fuel when they arrive, and then we top up additional on top of that. However, as part of the planning process with our guys back in the office, they will be comparing fuel prices at each location.
Oh, really?
So if we have, and actually our Mexico route is a prime example. Mexico fuel is very expensive. So when we fly from Atlanta to Mexico and then Mexico to Houston, it's cheaper to buy the fuel in Atlanta and carry it with us to Mexico to then use it for the Mexico outbound. So that's what's called tankering, fuel tankering. So what the guys in the office will have worked out is they'll work out how much fuel they require to get to Houston from Mexico, and then they will plan from Mexico the additional fuel from there, and then they tell Atlanta that's the total fuel that we need.
Wow, that's crazy. Great factoids. Love it. JB, I think next time we talk, we should shift a bit this way.
Absolutely,
so we've got a little bit of a better background with that that Cargolux 747. So we'll shift around this way a little bit, shall we? Yeah. Is that better? Yeah, good. Okay.
Loving that.
So what have we got taxiing down here now? Matt is our a great source of information. CargoLogic do have an office here at Stansted. Sayhan. Thanks, Simon. Really appreciate that. So Damo's giving us 7,400 feet, turning away from Frankfurt now. 134 gold members in the house, guys. Don't forget, we are live at London Stansted. This is a pre-show piece that we're doing for everybody before the aircraft comes into sight and lands. Then we're going to be going exclusive to our gold members. So if you're watching on Freeview channels right now, you might want to jump on and get yourself some gold membership. The link is on the page for you guys. Okay, that's an interesting question coming from MZ about the Cargolux cutaway livery. Have you seen that? I think it's just a one-off that they did, isn't it? You're right there, mate.
Yeah.
Do you want me to move?
Just doing a bit of hurdles.
Do you want me to move that
basically
over to that leg there?
Yeah, it will be. Yeah, I can probably put this back on now. Alright. So, who's loving this ambient airside airport noise?
Yeah, it is. Gareth Sunset Shepherd giving us our usual registration on aircraft movements. Oh, a little bit of a race going on there, Johnny, between a 737 and an A319 by the looks of it. Who's going to get first on tip runway? So lots of good questions coming out here from the guys, from our gold members. Simon Groves, thank you very much indeed, saying that he's been a member for about 6 weeks and it's worth every penny. So if you're a gold member, that's 6 weeks, so that's 2 shows a week. That's 12 shows he's watched so far. Okay, so Luke Richards giving you an update, Johnny. It's left Frankfurt. Quick question to Matt. What is the turnaround time for a 747 with a full load? We just covered that one, guys. I think, Luke, hopefully you're happy with that answer. Has CargoLogic ever worked with the military, Teddy Steer? I'd imagine that they have. I know that they keep that pretty tight-lipped on that kind of stuff. So wouldn't it be great if that 747, that...
Joe, just a bit of information. I don't know if you can hear it, but we have got a startup on an aircraft over at FedEx. Could it be the MD-11? It sounds like it.
Oh,
so she'll be
yes.
right.
So anybody got any movements on the ground? Let's just have a little look. Crack open your radars, guys, and let's see if we've got any movement with that. Anything round the corner from us to our left here in the FedEx area. Hopefully that MD-11 is firing up and taxiing out for departure. Thank you very much, Jason Gooner. Okay, so Trey's saying here, I know in the States Teddy Jet A fuel is about $4.5 to $8 a gallon. So it's a lot to fuel it up. Indeed it is. Renier Corporal is in the house. Steve Heron, how are you doing? White noise, Lee Russell's talking about that, Johnny. The noise that we have in the background, white noise. Mandy Tovey, yes, it is dark now. James Schreier's mentioning about the heaviest load. Well, I know they do humongous pieces, don't they, Johnny? Like 30 tons. We were talking earlier on in the offices about a piece that they're considering moving at the moment. It's 28 tons, but where they are taking it to, apparently they're just finding out now whether they've got the equipment to actually offload it at the other end, which is 28. Well, it's got to be a jack. Huge jack lift capable of taking around about 28 to 30 tons in one load. It's a lot of weight, mate, as one piece of equipment.
Crazy. Just to confirm to the guys tonight, anyone watching a bit confused of what's going on, we are here for a CargoLogic 747. This was a Freeview piece of it that was going to happen.
Come stand here, Johnny. Let everybody see that it's old JB in the shot. It's old Johnny. Don't be shy.
Yeah, I was just saying to the guys, this was a sort of like, we didn't realise...
Sorry, don't need to shout.
We didn't realise... we didn't realise we were going to be here this early, so we've turned this into a Freeview piece for everybody. However, we were going to do the 747 piece for 30 minutes Freeview, the rest of gold, 747 piece that is, the CargoLogic. However, that is going to be completely gold now. To watch the 747 come in, how long is it, Jerry?
Well, I reckon she's about 30 minutes out. We've got any updates on that, guys? Let me just scroll down to the bottom of the comments here.
No longer than about, what, 45 to an hour out.
Yes.
If you want to watch that special piece, that's not just going to be at landing and taxiing past. That's going to be unloading. That's going to be at spooling into the position. You have to be a gold member to watch that. Sign up in the link.
Yeah, and very interesting. Brian Harrison mentioning that you almost need an AN124 for that type of load. Well, in fact, they were actually looking at possibly bringing the AN124 in from Volga to Dnieper. Swing it right, JB. John Carley giving us an update. CargoLogic due in 47 minutes. See all the passengers on board there, JB.
So 47 minutes to go. That's 47 minutes left of Freeview, guys.
Yeah, we've got about 50 minutes of Freeview left, guys. Well, that's a big amount of time, but we thought we'd do it because this is purely for the CargoLogic aircraft, and so what's the point in just doing nothing for 50 minutes? We might as well just give everybody. Oh, this is due, I think, due to go on the CargoLogic. Just getting the aircraft is going to be parked right here, guys, right where you can see that. These guys standing right now, that is where she's going to be parking. So, oh, I'll tell you what, hold on a minute. Let me just grab something here, JB.
Yeah, and Jerry, I'll tell you what as well, just to give you guys a zoom in on that 747 parked up there, we should plug in the camera, as it is on torch mode. So it's the battery's going to run.
Yes, okay, let me just put that there.
Yep.
I'll bring that out. I'll put that in there. I need to go and get the lead, don't I? I'll swing it back. I'll swing it out and take the front, guys.
So all you guys watching, just to reiterate, the plan was for a 30-minute Freeview of the CargoLogic. That has now changed. The CargoLogic will be for gold members only. We're replacing the Freeview with this airside special. So if you guys want to watch the main show this evening starting in about 47 minutes, just make sure you go and click on the link to Patreon, sign up. Ginny Preston will add you to gold immediately, and you can enjoy the rest of the show.
And we had one the other day, Johnny, which was great at Gatwick. We had a perfect example where I read it on the feed, and it was this guy. I can't remember his name. Oh, it's a shame I didn't. Actually, you know what? I'm going to tell it. I'm going to tell you exactly who it was right now.
Yeah.
Just a second, guys. Just bear with me.
I don't want to be stupid, but is this turned on the?
Yes, it's on. Yeah. Okay, so it was. Let me just have a little look here.
45 minutes out.
45 minutes to arrival, guys. Just trying to find this one particular example, JB.
319.
Here we go. So it was Dan Cornish the other day, Johnny.
Yep.
He said on this feed at Gatwick, just paid my subscription, when will access be granted? Jilly literally in 2 comments later said, just done, Dan, you're in. And about 3 seconds later, I read it on the comments, and that was a new gold member, Dan Cornish, if you remember that. So that's how quickly you can get yourselves into the gold room, guys. Oh, hello. Oh, that's a startup. 319 startup. That's pretty cool. We like that. We like that.
Pick that one through back down there.
I wonder what time that CargoLogic's going out. Is it? Is she due to be turned around tonight, do you think?
CargoLux.
CargoLux, sorry.
Yeah.
I'll get it right in a minute.
There's been engines on around the corner at FedEx for like the last 20 minutes. I'm hoping that might be an empty level going out. It's way too early for that.
So now how come I just joined, Johnny? How's that?
You're watching the gold feed, yeah?
Yeah. We're on gold feed.
Yeah.
Anthony Baldwin mentioning I was new on Saturday and it was almost instant. That's how quickly you can get you in, guys. So if you are watching on Freeview right now, we can get you into the gold channel via GP, Gilly Presswood, and other moderators as well. Gilly's the... you've got a bit of glitching going on, JB.
That's right. I mean, it will happen.
Okay, David Artingshall telling us that the aircraft is now flying over Spa in Belgium.
Okay.
Thanks, Onkar, we really appreciate that. Darren Smith, 147 in the house. Of course, if you're watching on the Freeview channels, on our partner channels, airlive.net, a big welcome to all the guys at Flight Level 410 if you're watching as well. We're just...
737 over there.
Nice. Oh, taxiway.
Yeah, so we're going to get a bit glitching because of the airport, just so many signal towers and all that sort of thing. So we'll get into video.
Yeah, a lot of people giving Gilly Presswood the big thumbs up. She is the queen of queens.
She is.
She'll get you in, guys. If you're a Freeview member and you've got a spare £4 to spend, let's face it, who hasn't? Get yourself on the one and only live aviation show that gives you 8 shows per month, 2 shows a week, 16 hours minimum of footage as a gold member.
Starting to get those focus issues now.
Oh, okay, yeah, I've got that. Yeah, we're going to find, we're going to get a little bit of an issue with picking up the focus on yeah, you have to really come out, JB, yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't actually work at all.
No,
so
it doesn't work at all.
Manual focus, but try not to, because otherwise you have a big old fat manual focus bar on the screen, unfortunately.
So how far out can you get, JB?
Let's do a little test, because I can do some settings changes, you see.
Tim Bell saying this is better than TV by a long way. Better than watching the telly. Andy Whitehall, no heavies at the moment, but trust us, we're waiting right now, as you know, for I tell you what, I wonder if that MD-11, that FedEx MD-11, I wonder if he's gonna, about 8 o'clock. So yeah, well, that's going to be a long way off, isn't it? So
we'll be over in the CargoLogic for that.
So Pascal Lamberix is a new gold member, I believe. Pascal Lamberix has just joined. Welcome, Pascal. Teddy Coveley, we are doing a cargo night. It's a nice little way of describing it, I think. I like that, cargo night. Because we can. Murek Jones mentioning that it is glitch free where she is. No, Shelley Retalek, this show is just for free viewers and for gold members and for everybody on our partner channels. The 747 show hasn't actually started yet. We're going to go exclusive for gold members for when this CargoLogic 747 arrives. 30,000 feet near Brussels. Damien Kershaw giving us, oh look, Titan 737 being towed, JB, to your left. Huh? Oh, it's a freighter. It's a freighter, JB. Look at that. Nice. Nice and clean as well.
We'll be coming over for the Royal Mail night parcels.
Oh, really?
Round about now, the mail trucks will be coming in from the last post from the sorting offices, bringing it up to the airport. All the parcels will be, the envelopes, letters, everything will be being scanned in a warehouse to be loaded onto the freighter to go off to various places, Bristol, Edinburgh. They'll go off and do a triangle for the post. So
wow.
It's Royal Mail Skynet is what it's called. It's what the replacement for the old Royal Mail trains. They used to operate. and that's what does it now.
Nice. So that's a proper milk run then.
Yeah.
Wow.
So they're nightly flights, those ones. These stands, as you'll see just here in front of us, these red top containers.
Oh, that's the Royal Mail.
They're the Royal Mail containers. Those ones there are the bulk dollies, so the mail bags will be inside there to throw onto the aeroplane, and there'll be some containers out later.
Wow, that's fantastic. I bet that gets real busy around Christmas time, doesn't it?
It certainly does. The operation that they do at Christmas for the Royal Mail is a postal increase. And they bring in a few extra aeroplanes, F-27s, some extra 737s. For CargoLogic Air, it's still something that we can get involved with the 747 because the aircraft's just too big to do that kind of thing. However, the project that we're working on this year, that we did last year, is the UPS peak postal service at Christmas, where we go over to Louisville, Kentucky, and we take the 747 over there, and we do the Christmas parcels for them between Louisville, their hub, and Cologne, Germany, the European hub, and we'll fly 120 tons of UPS parcels backwards and forwards every night for the postal increase.
That is crazy. Wow, for the postal increase. How about that, JB? Johnny, just, they backed in.
I was going to say I think it's a test.
Yes. He wants to be on TV, I think, but there you go. Yeah, Sophie Fitzpatrick loving it. Sam George, thanks to Matt, Jerry and Johnny. Yeah, Matt is a real factoid man. Yeah, loving it.
Matt's great on
camera.
Great
on the camera. Absolutely brilliant. Literally ask him anything and he'll answer it. Yeah. So Matt, how many cargo stands are there here at Stansted?
Total number of cargo
have we caught you out?
Difficult question for me, so because since I've been with CargoLogic here for 2 years, prior to that 15-16 years out on the ramp, it doesn't take long to get out of practice from being on the ramp. So 9 aircraft stands at Stansted, 747 capacity, 4 aircraft at any one time. When you have the narrow body aircraft, so the 737 that you can see parked up, then they can put those 2 on each stand side by side. So what you'll see when we go and have a look around the ramp later on, the stands are numbered with a centre stand, which will be a stand 9, and then you'll have a stand 9 left and a stand 9 right, a little bit like the runways. So you can either occupy the centre stand with a wide body aeroplane or the 2 outboard stands with 2 narrow body aeroplanes. So at Stansted, starting from the top end with 9 and stand 7, you can get a dash 8 on each of those stands, and then as you work further down the ramp, you can only get a 400 on there because the wingspan, obviously, on the 400 is 1.5 meters narrower than on the dash 8. So we're just a little bit restricted on space here with the freighters. But the Airport Authority MAG did a lot of development here, moving the heads of stands, the parking marshals. We actually extended the back of the stand to take the dash 8 as well, because when the dash 8 was designed and first operated into here, the stands weren't designed for such a big aeroplane, only the 400. So they had to make those modifications for us to come in back then.
Wow. So overall an extra 1.5 meters either side, or 1.5 meters overall of the wingspan of dash 8?
1.5 meters either side, I believe. It's technical questions now. Mainly because the dash 8 has a blended wing on it, whereas the winglets on the 400 are slightly shorter. And then longer on the aircraft, the fuselage another 20 foot longer. On the back of it. So.
So you must have been very proud when you got all that dash 8.
The dash 8, it's a lovely aeroplane. It was a great improvement on the 400. The Boeing, when they went to the redesign of what they were going to do to improve the 747, went to the main customers, the main operators of the aircraft, and said, what do you need the aeroplane to do? So they said they wanted more volumetric capacity on it, and they wanted more efficient engines. So if you want to, when you're doing the Far East flights and you bring in textiles, computer goods, all that kind of thing back from the Far East, ideal aeroplane for volume. Outsize capacity is pretty much the same as the 747-400 because it's all about the nose door and the high gross weight over wing area. But the capability of it and the flexibility it gives us to our customers to be able to offer that greater capacity to get over to South America for the relief flights. They're ideal for that because it's just that's about volume, taking over buckets, blankets, tents, those kinds of things. Schools in boxes for UNICEF. That's about getting volume on it, and that's what the Dash 8 gives us.
Wow, that's fantastic, and of course more fuel efficient as well.
Yes, more fuel efficient. As we're moving along with the development with the operation of the Dash 8, Boeing are bringing out more engine mapping tools, and they're able to take the data from the operation of the aeroplane with the Gen X2B engines on there, and they're now seeing exactly how efficient they are, what they can do to tweak the engine here and there to get the most capability out of the engine, and what we can do with the aeroplane.
Fantastic, fantastic. More fantastic stuff there from
Fantastic.
Matt. Wow, how about that? So where are we at? Let's have a little bit of an update here. Where are we at? Al Grant's saying it was a lovely aircraft to learn on.
Just getting some F&F on that far truck there, Jay.
Yeah, yeah. Oh yes, nice, nice. Doing a little bit of a...
Yeah, here comes a little Saab as well.
Yes.
We get a far truck flyby right here, actually.
There's an interesting one from Peter Young, Matt. Dangerous cargo. What's the most dangerous piece of cargo you've moved? Or
the white rhinos were quite dangerous, especially if you got around the wrong end of it.
Yeah, yeah.
The cargo industry for us at Air Freight, we can carry pretty much everything we can carry. So there are regulations for hazardous materials that we can carry on the aircraft. So there are goods that you can't carry on the airplane. You can't carry mercury on the airplane because it dissolves aluminium. So you can't have that on the aircraft. If you have a spillage, then the structure's going to be destroyed.
Yes, yes.
So dangerous cargo. Carried a consignment of police dogs. They won't put your fingers in there too much.
Yeah.
10 tons of safety pins.
Crazy.
Fuel. We carry race fuel for Formula One. When we do the Formula One charters, we take the cars out. We carry their race fuel with us. So highly volatile fluids we can carry on there. All kinds of hazardous materials you could get onto the aircraft, and then we just have to ensure that the airline ensure we follow the regulations set down by IATA and ICAO to ensure that they're all carried in the required quantities, limited quantities of those dangerous goods, and that they're packaged safely and they're carried safely on the aeroplane.
Yeah, of course, liquid as well, because it slops around a lot. That's
yes, yeah.
That must be a very difficult cargo to deal with. Do you obviously have to fill the... Do you put anything in there to stop the slop, so to speak?
Well, there's Boeing are currently doing studies at the moment on volumes of liquid that you can carry on aircraft, on their aircraft, and they'll declare the restrictions that you can have. Now, a couple of carriers tried to carry quantities around about 70,000 litres of fluid on the aeroplane, and they got up into the climb and they suddenly got cyclic sloshing.
Right.
So
yes,
as they were flying along in the aeroplane, the liquid was still moving.
Yes.
And they got to such a point that they decided they needed to go back and take this. So when Boeing investigated what was happening, they started putting limitations on how much you can carry. So if you carry what we call IBCs, intermediate bulk containers, they're these 1 metre by 1 metre by 1 metre cubes that you see carrying fluids, normally like de-icing fluid or cleaning detergents on trucks.
Yes, yeah.
Those ones, if they're under that 1,000 litres, then there's no restriction. You just have to make sure you leave enough space in the top for expansion of the fluid because of the temperature changes on the aeroplane.
Yes, of course.
If you carry
so that reduces that movement of the liquid.
Yes, as well. So you have up to 90-95%, and then the fluid actually has a material data sheet that tells you how much it might expand. So that's how you find that. But then when you have containers bigger than those 1,000 kilos, there are other restrictions. You might have to place baffles inside the tank. So then the only liquid that sloshes is the level above the baffle.
I see. Yes.
So that is special design that you have to take into consideration, and that is specified by the aircraft manufacturer. And then those approvals have to go through the FAA for their type certificate, and therefore the CAA will require us to follow those requirements as well. So the largest amounts that we've carried on the airplane, around about 40 to 50 tonnes of de-icing fluid to the Middle East for some reason.
Crazy.
It said de-icing fluid to the Middle East, but we took that down there, but that all had to be carried in individual containers, but that was because that product, when it's stored at airports, they only store it in those containers. But then you have on the flip side of that, you can, if you're carrying live animals, aquatic animals, we carry dolphins. Shamu flew by air.
Yes.
So you have a 20-foot container with the water in for them. They can't have baffles in there because they need to swim around.
Yes.
So those ones have special design approvals with Boeing. You can only fill them to a certain level, and then you have certain climb out parameters. We ask the crews not to do a steep climb out because otherwise the water sloshes to the back and comes out.
Yes.
So yeah, large volumes of liquid can be carried. They can be very dangerous, and there's regulations that are in place and are still being developed as we go along.
Wow, thank you very much indeed, JB. Wow, what some great answers there, and obviously a lot of activity going on around us as well. Fantastic. So where are we at, guys? Where are we at? Let's just have a look. Okay, interestingly enough, Jonas Robastad Sandergaard is saying that the Cargolux is scheduled to depart at arrive at 7:20. That can't be right, because we're at 7:20 now.
Oh, Jerry.
What do we got?
Sorry, I should have screamed like that. However, we've got the MD11.
Oh, here we go, guys. Here we go. I thought the bloody battery had gone dead. Yes, Sam George, we will be going inside the 747. This is an exclusive show for all our Gold members. This is just a little bit of sort of like pre-show teaser for you guys all on your Freeview channels and all our partner channels. Thank you, Jane. We really appreciate that. Thanks, Ross Kennedy. Ryan Arbuckle's going to have to go. No! Andy Whitehall loving that 737 MAX. Well, we haven't got a 737 MAX just yet. 737-800. Right, we're going to enjoy this MD-11. .747 nearing the channel, Johnny. Wow, look at this. What a treat for you guys. And a great shot, JB. Incredible to be this close. Oh, just look at the end of the wingtip right there, Johnny. Scimitar wingtip. Watch your cable. Step over it, mate. You all right? Oh, whoa, we've got blue screen, Got blue screen. Yeah, that pulled that. I pulled it all the way out, so it wouldn't do that. It's because this charger is down there. Okay, guys, sorry, don't worry, guys, don't worry. We'll be back in a second.
Literally 1 second. Literally 1 second, guys, don't worry. So we'll have to do a little bit of adjustment here.
Yeah, we can do that. Let me do that for you now, JB.
Just gonna unplug this, plug it back in again. It's because
yeah.
It went around that. So I pulled it right out for that turn.
Still blue. Okay. It's still blue.
Okay.
That's not good.
It should be back by now, guys. It should be back. Anyone got... Is it back yet, guys? Is it back yet?
No, it's not.
Don't worry, you're not missing anything.
We will come back, guys.
Okay, don't worry. Let me... Okie dokie. Yeah, everything's fine. No, it's fine now. It should come back on in about 5 to 10 seconds. It should come back on. There we go. Oh, there we go. So that's me pulling it out. There we go. We're back. Slight technical glitch, guys.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys.
Let's get this one for you.
So let's just...
Oh, Eurowings 320 retro startless.
Right, you've got a lot of slack there now, mate. Nice and clean. Don't worry, guys. Whoa! Now we've got a glitchy screen, Johnny. No, it's not working, mate.
Is it?
No.
Okay.
That's not good.
That's okay, guys. Don't worry. What we're going to do, guys, is we're going to cut the feed. Be back in 3 minutes. Go. Toilet break.
Yeah, 3 minutes, guys. 3 minutes.
do that.
I'm going to be on the stand on number 7 now.
Okay.
Whereas stand 7, you can't get the 2 Royal Mail planes side by side, so they have to put the Royal Mail up here. Because if we go on this one, we've got 1 Royal Mail plane on that one. So
Okay, yes, right.
if we look on the other side, they're now currently playing the old P in the shells.
Oh,
trying to do where's the P gone?
Yeah.
So there's a lot of Connie's puzzling going on with the
Oh, really? Right.
So Johnny, you've still got the same problem here, mate.
No, have we?
Yeah, you have.
We've still got it, have we?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because that light isn't supposed to be doing that.
No, it's not. Yeah, it's still doing it. Okay. Well, in that case, guys, if you can hear us, which I know you can, because I know when this glitching happens, you can hear the audio absolutely fine. Obviously, the fact that we are airside here at the airport, we've got a lot of radio interference. The encoder that we're using needs to be reset, so we'll be back in 5 minutes.
Yeah, give us 2 minutes, guys.
5 minutes, guys.
Okay. Hold on. Let's just double check. We don't need this rain, mate. We don't need this rain.
It's not due to rain, so maybe it's sticky. So don't worry, guys. We'll be back in 5 minutes when we do a hard reset, and everything will be fine.
Yeah, let's do that.